Go. This is Brandish, game I don't believe many people know about. Mostly because I didn't know about it until last year, where I ran it for the 12-hour speedrunning challenge. And that was along with PJ when he was running it. Yeah, this game is going to be hard to follow. You might feel a little ill, a headache. But we'll see. We'll see if you make it. This area here is a secret area. You hold down a button and it gives you warp magic. And warp magic, very useful. It lets you teleport to anywhere that you've been on a map. And the cost of warp is only 1 mana bar. So this is the first floor, basically tutorial floor. You need to learn how to use hammers and keys. They are core to the game. And this floor just makes sure you know how to do that. So yeah. Got the warp magic. It already paid for itself going down to the extra floor. But it becomes useful. It becomes special later on because you can perform unique tricks with it. This here is a pit maze. Take a shortcut through the walls. We have a sledgehammer so we can break walls. And so this game is mostly built around mazes. Each floor is pretty much a maze, except for a couple special floors. Then the game itself is an RPG, the action element to it. Now, I told Fiesel in setup that people's heads would hurt, but wasn't so sure. But don't worry, there's only 3 hours of this. Because right after this we go into Brandish 2, which is another game that not many people have seen before. Right, get our key. So the core items, key items, you have master keys, sledgehammers, and named keys, I call them. That's the second named key. Once you open that door. There's a cutscene, but I already glitched through it when I game overed at the start of the stream. And that's something that was kind of new. It's one of the newer things that I found before putting the game away. And you can casually clip through boulders and arrows. That's the only boulder I'm going to be clipping through, because it has a solid setup. You can do it on the other two, but it only works on alternating frames. It's really dumb. Now, this game was run last year at this marathon. It was by PJ. But at the time we were still learning the game. So the run wasn't all that polished, but now it's much better. time's come down like 7 minutes since then. And a few glitches have been added, not many. It's mostly been polish. This is the only platforming level in the game. It has those pusher things. And because of the pusher things, this level is unique. It has to deload all the sprites and reload them. So like while I'm in here, all the pushers are deloaded. And then there's more at the end that has to reload. I'm being extra safe with the health. I don't need to be resting as much as I am. Also, when the screen goes black like that and my health goes up, that's called resting. You can clip through these. I'm sort of bad at it. That's a strat that was adapted from the TAS. By the way, there's a TAS of the game. And I believe most of the route is based off what the TAS did. And then adapted to be actually completable. Because TAS does some crazy things. There it is. Drop those health potions because it costs time to combine items. So I don't want to combine items ever, except for the shops. Okay. I haven't gotten the wall break glitch yet. You break a wall and jump through fast enough, then the graphics mess up. And the screen doesn't slide very well. Up here. But this game is very interesting in its design, because there are floors like this, where you go into a closed room, and the game is secretly teleporting you around on the map. And I'll show that later on, when I use warp magic next. That you're actually walking into a bunch of disconnected rooms. The game has designs like this, which is fairly unique to this game because of the way the camera is. Yeah. See, all the rooms are just spread out everywhere. Kinda mean, but it's also fun once you realize the trick. The gimmick of this floor is that there's hidden pits everywhere. As in, on the diagonals from each visible pit, there's a hidden pit. There's the first armor I get, out of 3. Now, one of the older route, you would get fire magic, and it would be really useful on this floor. But I skipped that. And now I have to dodge frogs. And sometimes the frogs are just in the way. Frogs have probably the most aggressive AI. Like, they will chase you across the entire map. And I finally started hitting things on this floor. It's a bad place for him, but what can I do? And you can see the text box pop up that says I'm gaining levels. And that's why I'm punching things. Specifically on this floor because it's experience efficient. This is the best experience enemy before the boss. And I need experience before the boss so that I can damage it and kill it in few cycles. For stats, this game has 4 stats that I can increase. There's level, strength, int, and magic resist. Right now I'm just gaining strength. Everything else is still starting level. I don't need to kill him. Need to kill 7 dwarves before the first boss. This is invisibility potion. Is completely overpowered. It makes you immune to everything, except for a few specific types of damage. So I'll be abusing that a lot later. Going up here is a little detour to get a freeze ring, which is a ring that uses the ice magic. And I get that because it works on the boss, and it just speeds up the boss fight. One more thing to mention is that I started with a sword, but I threw it on the ground right at the start. And that is so that I can kill these dwarves faster. I mean, longer. Kill them slower. The opposite of faster. Now I kill them slow so I get the maximum experience. And that's just so I don't have to hunt down more dwarves. Walk by that guy, take his sword. I can get hit while moving, so that's why I waited for a block. Key there, kill this guy, then boss. Combat parts take a bit more focus. Can't really talk and fight dwarves. Should have saved. Hope I don't die. Nope. There he is. Okay, so this boss, he has 2 clones and a real self. I can't damage the clones at all, so I use the ice ring to find out which one's real. And this fight is very RNG. I need him to appear in a spot where I can attack him. That's right. So hardening potions in this game add 10 to 20 durability to weapons. So I use that on the sword here, because I need it to last into the next fight. Here he goes. I need the sword to last into the next fight, and then all through the next zone. Text boxes in this game are incredibly mean. I cannot put in any other input while the text box is up. So I need to close it as fast as I can. And I do that by pressing right. That's why I didn't attack him right there, because the text box was up. Same with right there. And I can't really tell when I'm going to get a level. Now, there's two ways to fight this boss. One is to counterattack him. The other is to kite him, like I did there. But with the counterattack plan, there's a chance that he has a uncounterable move. I wouldn't be able to survive that. I do this way. So the story here is that that ghost was eaten by the crab. And we avenged her death, and she gives us the bracelet thing. And in life she was a guardian of the tower. And so that lets us into the tower. What do I want next? Health potions. Let's talk about the story for a little bit. So the story is you killed some wizard, and his apprentice is now hunting you down. And she finds you, and you have a big duel where she throws a fireball and it destroys the area around you. And you fall in a giant pit. And you wake up in these ruins. And then the mission is just to escape. Then as you're going through the ruins, and now the tower, you're finding other people that have fallen into the pit over the years. And they've all given up hope, because it's impossible to get out. Like the guy I passed in front of the crab is just turning to stone because he's been stuck in that room for so long. Oh, here we go. New tile set. This floor, not so much this floor, but the next floor could be the first step. There's a lot of maneuvering around enemies in this game, and as I get farther on, it's harder to survive. I start dying in fewer hits. Yeah, the only stat that is relevant is right arm, because that is damage. So I actually also increase level later on, and that's because there's a hidden stat called luck. And luck controls the damage variance on attacks. Didn't die. For that warp, you can die if an enemy's waiting for me. And there's no controlling it. But it doesn't happen often. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. This right here is a route change. I go down this way, so I don't have to fight a room full of archers. It's much safer, because the archers have a chance to just camp the door, and there's no way to get past. So yeah, there's a lot of just running through mazes, solve them as fast as possible. Go through the maze, get the key. Forget to drop the ring. I'm trying to drop items and then pick up the keys so that the item I drop goes into the box. That's so I don't have to do a item swap, because item swap is really slow. Like, it saved like minutes off my time just by cutting out the item swaps. The reason you can't see, or the character can't turn left or right, is because he can never show his face. He has to have the air of mystery around him at all times. Yeah, this is another change. Mashing is exhausting. So we used to either beat the thief with fire or ice magic to get past, but you can actually just jump over his head. Now this strat is not intended, but you get vision of one tile by falling in the pit. Then you warp to that tile. Then up here they have a trap tile that you also have to avoid. The trap tile is there just to be mean, because it's hidden a little past the room, or the switch to remove it is hidden a little past the room that opens the bridge all the way. Here's some archers. I don't think I've seen an archer yet. They live in this room. Okay. So I need an invisibility potion because I go into the room blind, and one archer arrow is enough to kill me. Sorceress throws fireballs. I'm picking up just enough invisibility potions. And here's Gaddy. Gaddy's a great guy. Gives me the key to advance. Drop that, I guess. There's the knight. Another route change is that we used to farm knights for experience. I'm referring to last year's run when I say route change. So, what PJ did. So instead of killing knights, they're the best enemy before the boss. What you can do is go up to the boss and just fight the boss with your fist and raise your right arm some more. Because the boss gives about double experience compared to knights. Okay. There's next armor. That's essentially all the armor I'm getting. Like, there's one later, but the only use is to survive an arrow trap. This one. Didn't need to use a potion there. I said before, but warp magic is based on, I think I said anyway, your total mana. And I'm still level 1, I think. Maybe 2. So my max mana is very low. So I can just wait a few seconds and be at full mana again. around him. There it is. Inventory management can always be improved. Shove her out of the way. I'm coming up on the boss here. Just past this warp. And this time I'll take my safety save. Okay, so my strength is very low for this area now. So my sword's gonna do minimum damage. And I'm just gonna let it break. Normally it breaks on the archers, but I had a good crab fight. How well fights go depends on luck a lot. Like there's RNG and there's luck. This fight is RNG. Whether these guys walk all the way across the room, because then I get a bunch of punches in. Because I have to hit them from the side. If I hit them from the front, then they hit back. Okay, this is enough experience. Okay, I just need to break. So you can see that damage variance. Actually looking like I overdid it. So it's mostly the bosses that are the big RNG elements of the run. Okay. I thought that my health potions would be in the box, but they weren't. This is indeed a mouse supporting game. SNES mouse. And that's because this game is originally from the PC 98, and it was ported to SNES, and then it was remade again on PSP. Now, I have played all of those, as well as the other Brandish games. And this version is just the most fun. Maybe I should talk about versions now. Versions of the game. Starting with Japanese versus English, there's Japanese version has more glitches relating to the text box, and it also has faster text by about 1.5 minutes. But kill him. But the attack animation is like 2 frames slower. Health potions. And it's just enough to offset the cycles on everything. By the way, these are bats. Bats are the worst enemy. If I'm gonna die to anything, it's most likely bats. So yeah. I was gonna show off the Japanese text box glitches after this run. This room coming up, after this room here, is the Room of Wandering. And this room rotates the camera randomly for me, so I don't have to. Well, I guess I have to correct it. tried to be funny, didn't work out. So you go through here, they try to make the place look the same, and you rotate randomly, and you have to hit 3 switches to leave. So that's it for Room of Wandering. Bat. Jumped over the bat. Good. Good, good. This is the hardest floor, because it has the most bats. Starting here. Jump in the room, immediately hit by bat. Okay, the bat was off to the side. There's only one bat in that room. He's usually over the pit. This is a very bat-heavy room. 3 bats in this room. Two bats in this room. And tornado. Okay. That's why I have invisibility potions. Bats kill me in 3 hits. I tried skipping the armor that you get from Gaddy, but then you die in 2 hits, and I couldn't finish the game without dying. That's why I don't skip the armor. So I believe I went on multiple tangents. So let's get back to versions of the game. So yeah. Text speed is like 1.5 minutes faster. The text box glitches save another minute-ish. But then, like the attack speed, you lose 2 minutes on the last boss alone. Because he takes twice as long. That was a fun find. You could just run up through that. It's a lot faster than waiting. So that's why I run on English. That shouldn't have happened. There you go. Never happened before. I have seen that happen in Brandish 2, but not this game. PSP Brandish. They pretty much just took all the fun out of the game. That's why I don't play that one that much. Skeleton's in here and I have to kill him to advance. That's a mean room. PSP Brandish, it's slower game speed, and there's a use time on items. Plus, a lot of items are required to beat the game. There's a lot of item use. And the last boss is just really slow, as well as all the other bosses. But it does have a very fun Alexis mode. Alexis is the girl character. Get to see her coming up. Very important, this is shop. First shop. There's 2 shop visits. Shops have text, so you gotta skip the text. I call it text canceling, or something like that. But yeah. You gotta learn to skip text boxes in this game. I need 62,000 gold. I'm a little over. Which is fine. So I can get 6 stacks of invisibility potion. And from here on, I use mostly invisibility potion to stay alive. Then health potions are for a trap, an arrow trap at the very end. Let's combine everything. Hammer next. Here's the only cutscene with Alexis that we need to see. I glitched through the first one. I skipped the second one by teleporting. And this is the third. And there's no way past this one unless you're on Japanese version. Because you can use the text box to get through the trigger. That's what bats do. If you move at the wrong time with bats, then they stay in your hitbox. The game autosaves every floor. That's why I can die like that. Doesn't cost too much time. But do have to watch the cutscene again. Alexis is the comic relief character. Every time you see her, something bad happens to her. Either falling in pits or... That's the other thing bats do. Is you bonk bats and then fall. I have to redo the floor. Let's start here though. There's not many floors you can fall. It's mostly this one and the boss of the next floor. And Dark Zone. We'll talk about Dark Zone when we get to Dark Zone. Dark Zone's special. Alright. So boss fight coming up, that means I have to grind. Raise that arm strength. I would not be able to block this enemy, so I use invisibility potion. And this is pretty much how this floor goes. Kill all the chimeras. Then fight ninja. I'm also trying to get the best sword going into a boss fight. There's a flame sword. Yeah. And I'll be switching that in here. 2 of those heal. Okay. Now I very much don't want to fall, because that resets the fight. The technique is to keep him trapped in this corner. But I extended to all the way down there. To this second corner. Going by the numbers, this is a really good fight. Seeing a lot of 15s. Yep, that was a good fight. Didn't leave the corner, and I had good damage rolls. You can lose a lot of time to either of these things. So here's Dark Zone. This is where the game gets straight and mean. This area is full of pits, and the enemies are heavily overstatted. For Dark Zone, you're intended to have a Dark Zone only set of armor called like Dark Armor and Dark Sword. And that's the only way to fight these enemies. But I don't have those, so I can't fight anything here. And now we have bats over pits. And these are the type of pits that drop you to the lower floor. So if I fall, I have to redo the floor below. What actually happens is you fall to the floor below and land in a pit, and then you die. And because the game auto-saved, you just keep dying until you reset and start a new file. Or read the instruction manual and find the emergency escape option. If you press LR and select while loading in from a game over, then you can warp anywhere before the game loads. But it costs a level. So you lose a level in all stats. That's what makes fun categories like the level 1 run possible. You can finish the game at level 1. That's because you can lower your level at will. Didn't bonk any bats. That was a good floor. Switch swords. Now I'm aiming for 100,000 gold, so I can buy more invisibility potions. We have more than enough. How much gold you have here depends on the ninja fight a good bit. Because if you get low damage rolls the entire fight, then you can have not enough money. The emergency escape warp, I use it a lot more in the next game. Because losing 1 to all stats is not that bad, no. Staying in the acid pit. The next boss is on floor 4, Fortress 4F. And I start the grind now, because I need to raise my luck stat a lot. The next boss has really high defense, and luck gets around that. overuse a few invisibility potions. I held on to those keys from the start of the game, from ruins. We have a ninja room. I can't hit him while leveling up, so I had to back out. What's that? So this is the room that can make your file incompletable if you die after solving that puzzle. Because then the game won't reset it won't reset the puzzle correctly. These Reapers are a really good experience, and they also drop hardening potions. Okay, to all you people making fun of my luck, I have an item that sets my luck to max. Okay. So I can be lucky whenever I need to be. Except it doesn't really work as you'd expect. Because I never get the highest roll ever, it seems like. Not on demand. Pressing that switch unleashed the eraser eyes. Right there. So eraser eyes patrol the map and delete areas of the map that I've visited. So I can't warp there anymore. There's one. They can shoot me through invisibility, but they can't see me. I don't think I'll get to kill this one. I gotta level off of him. I tried to go through the floor fast so I can get to that eraser eye. He's always there. This floor I do a death abuse thing. No. I use a ring. Let's call it that. I use a ring of life to make it over the pit. Pits do 90-ish damage. I forget the exact number. And that's more than my health. And instead of grinding levels, I can just die to get past. You'll see that again on the next floor, but it's part of a glitch. Here we go. I didn't handle my hardening potions very well. So, my main inventory was full. Oh. Here's a puzzle. You need to press these 5 switches. So, in Fortress, they like to use walls that you can walk through but can't see. I don't really have a name for it. But they're barely marked, and you can walk through them, and they hide things behind them, as you'd expect a maze game to do. That can make this game pretty hard the first time through, because it's rather hard to tell where they are. There it is. Okay. This map is kind of interesting. It's a lot of small rooms. A few big rooms, but mostly small rooms. With pits determining which way you can advance. Okay, I do have a ring, right? Yes. So here's the glitch. You can see the Ring of Life has 3 lines of text. So if you don't cancel that text, then you have to wait through 3 lines to be able to move your character again. Here's the boss. By the time I get to the last one, I should be doing 1 damage again. And that's where luck comes into play. Or even the first one. I hate the lobsters a lot. Because they do a back and forth pattern. Okay. The green walls are switches. In that earlier puzzle I pressed 5 green walls, and what they did is they turned pits into platforms. Why do I have that? Oh. And now Lobster becomes a regular enemy. But I don't have to kill any of those. Now we're into Fortress 5, and it is a maze that's connected with floors 6 and 7. So there's going to be a lot of going up and down stairs. And I need to get 5 keys to make it out of the maze. I have 2 of them. I'm playing this on emulator. Oh, these are mimics. Real quick. Both those are mimics, and you can teleport on top of enemies in this game. So I don't have to fight them. I'm playing on emulator. It seems the cartridge for this game plays a lot darker. No, I like emulator because it's more convenient, mostly. That chest is a mimic. I'm actually in the middle of a separate puzzle to land on a switch from 2 floors up. That's why I jumped into that seemingly random hole. Up here we got a switch that controls a teleporter. There's a lobster at the other end. That wall right there is, I think, the most recent change to the route. And I only know about it because I played PSP Brandish. Because the camera in that game actually shows you where things are. About Now I take the other path. I'm still just picking up keys, going through the maze. The longest maze, because 3 floors. In here is the final shield. I get to replace my starting shield with the final shield. I get that so I can survive an arrow trap later. Same with the armor. It's faster to get the armor and shield and a bunch of levels than it is to get around the arrow trap with other shenanigans. So there's one other category that I play sometimes for fun, the pacifists, and you do that at really low level. Okay. There's the fireball warp. And so I had to find another way to get past the document, the arrow trap, without getting hit by arrows. There's the key. Okay, we're done with this part. Got all the keys. And one way is with saves. Like you save and then die, and then just load, and you won't set off the arrow. Or you can use rings. Like life rings will keep you alive. I need about 2 more levels to survive the arrows. I keep losing double at the worst time. Oh well. Let's rely on luck some more. Never rely on luck. That arrow hit for exactly max health. We can save Alexis or kill her. I guess we'll save her. Need to use another ring to get past the pit, because I'm still not high enough level for pits. So now I only have 1 ring for the final boss. Wish I had more. Okay, real quick, this guy. This boss has a unfortunate weakness to invisibility potion. Now, the record for this game is 56:49. That's, you need better than average RNG and deathless. Mostly deathless. Lost track of how many times I've died, but about 2, I think. And so you just lose minutes every death, and you can't have that. Yes, this is ice that I'm fighting on. The ice makes you slide an extra tile. Here you are. Didn't put on the good sword. The sword I picked up is the Planet Buster. And we'll be seeing a lot of that in the next game. That's what the game's named after. Here's Final Boss. But with Final Boss, you can die just as you enter the room. Put a ring on. I really don't want that to happen, because then I'd be out of rings. Invisibility makes you immune to blue fireballs, not red. The green circles are teleporters. Red fireballs are lots of damage. And he can reflect fireballs with his face and with the things moving around behind me. And you can get some weird patterns where I don't think I can follow him. Where they keep reflecting off these things moving back and forth in his face, and there's no way to hit him. Blue fireballs are pretty easy to jump over. Also, this fight's laggy. It's time. That was a little slower than average. I aimed for around an hour. 101. But those were 2 deaths. And a fall. I bonked a bat. That's the route. I think I didn't mention it, but you turn down game speed mostly to increase number of attacks per cycle that you can do, because your attack animation is not tied to game speed. On that boss, you can hit him twice only because it's at the middle game speed. Then the best part of that final boss is that once you die, if you get hit, then you get a text box, 3-line text box for using a ring. You get a line for a magic resist increase, and then you get another level for magic resist. So you can't move for 5 seconds, and you're likely to get hit again. This is good ending, or canon ending, where you save Alexis. It is faster to kill Alexis. I don't usually. You save 1 dialogue box. The The ending credits are pretty short and cool. I'll let them play. This is the NA-friendly version of Alexis. Yeah, this game, it's a really solid game. It just has some very obvious problems. Like the text boxes stopping all input being one of them. And Dark Zone. And things that are a little too hidden. But it's a very fun game. Eric. Only in this version of the game are the characters Varric and Alexis. All the other versions it's Ares and Dela. See, there's my luck stat, 40. I have 40 luck units. Two game overs. Switch games to Japan. For this I'll use save states. Because save states. Alright, so in this version of the game, instead of stopping all of your inputs, you can still move while you have a text box up. And you can also make a text box anywhere. And this game came out before the English release, so that was kind of a patch to fix it. But you can break a couple things with text boxes, like this. You just walk backwards and now you're tiny. It's Tiny Varric, or Tiny Ares in this version. That's just fallen in a bit. The pit doesn't change tiles correctly. Up here is going to be a boulder, and you can use text box to just walk through the boulder, although I'm going to miss it and die. Never mind, got it. I was 1 for 5 earlier practice. Up here is a cutscene. You can just walk through it. Also, sprite disappears. I'll just step on this switch a bit. You know, switch doesn't work. But then the best one is on the next floor. I'm just skipping ahead. I don't want to take too much time here. But the best one is this floor. And I'll show you what you can do with this floor. Hopefully everyone remembers this floor from the start of the game. There's the text box. So that means something's happened. And here it is. All the enemies are despawned on the floor. You just get to run through the floor free of enemies. There's another text box. You come down here and... oh, the pillars are gone. That's the power of text boxes. You can do anything you want. Then other things you could do, I guess I will show it. Oh. Like, here's something that's used in the run, but not really mentioned. It was mentioned, but not really. You can warp on top of enemies. And this is what makes Pacifist possible. Just warp through enemies. No rings? Okay. There's some of that faster text. And this is intended, but you can use it to skip a few things. But you can warp anywhere, at any time. Just showing off the emergency escape. So you can use that to avoid using a ring later in this floor, since warp is actually disabled on this floor. Okay. Move along now.